Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through!
A wizard arrives precisely when he needs to, and so does Fumble Through.
Fumble Through.
A podcast that likes to overstay its welcome. Hi-ho, friends out there in listener lands and people here at the table. I am once again overjoyed to be here on this beautiful day. It is morning here in the Fumble Factory, which is an unusual time for us to be recording, but we are pumped.
Speaking of overstaying your welcome, you didn't need to come last night for a morning record.
Well, you know, sometimes we just like to be here in the Fumble Factory to soak the ambiance. It's all around here. So, speaking of somebody who likes to keep things short and sweet when he comes, Lindsay?
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
I thought you were going to say he likes to soak the ambiance.
Soak up the ambiance with his sock.
That's it. I was keeping it short and sweet.
I actually missed it. Sorry. All right. I think, given that it is in current time right now, 10:30 a.m.,
the Fumble Factory has the morning dew resting upon it. The dragons are still waking from their sleepy, sleepy sleep.
Oh.
No, my wife's up.
I've decided that this morning we wouldn't start with a beverage. Look, a peek behind the curtain, that we're planning to record more than one episode today.
What?
And if we get to 3 and have beverages, it all goes to shit. So
I'll be asleep.
Yeah. Justin gets cranky and we get distracted, and that's not great. So this morning I have brought with me a non-alcoholic beverage. Also, Justin, I wasn't sure if you were on the booze or not still.
Look, I have cut down, but it was a significant moment in one of my children's birthdays. He became of legal age to drink.
Oh.
He does not drink, so I did it for him.
Great. Excellent.
Yeah. I'm celebrating keeping that sucker alive for 18 years.
No, it's not your problem. You can do it
He
himself.
constantly tries to kill himself.
Were true, right? If only that were true.
He's always going to be a problem.
So this morning's drink, just bring us back on track. This morning's drink is by the Strangelove Bottling Factory, not brewery for this morning.
Bottling Factory.
Bottling Factory. It is a fancy lemonade, and it comes in a fancy bottle where you need a bottle open to open it.
Oh.
It is made delicate delicate lemonade with Australian lemon juice and clementine oil. Clementine oil is
my
good.
darling.
Well,
my darling.
yes, that's right. But clementine oil has been known to help anxiety, nervous tension, and restlessness. It is good at promoting healthy skin and relieving digestive issues. So,
Did you get this from Nimbin?
no, I think
Is that what clementine oil is? It's
clementines are like mandarins.
Yeah.
Clementine oil is just weed.
Satsumas, mandarins, the hermitines.
So to serve this, I brought out some pre-refrigerated glasses. I put some ice in those glasses and some lemon in those glasses. I did that about an hour ago.
Yeah, I love me a warm lemonade.
Assuming Justin was ready to go, because I asked, are we ready to go? And then it's taken us a good hour to get to.
Full disclosure, I was ready to go until technology failed me. And then I lost all the work that I did.
Bad workman always blames his tools.
Yeah. He's blaming his son.
That's what Lindsay's wife said last night. Boom.
I, for one, Brett, thank you, because I'm feeling like shit at the moment. So a bit of
look it.
vitamin C. I probably do.
Oh, man.
We have come out swinging this morning.
I honestly don't even care. Like, if I can get through,
If
I can get through one record, I'm going to count it as a success. So I am thanking you for the vitamin C boost.
You're welcome.
I love the bottles as well.
Yeah,
I have a sucker
It's
for
a
nice
little
bottle.
teeny 180
Yeah.
mils. Oh, there's stuff floating in it, which is really cool.
It's real lemons, Justin. It's real lemons. There's not even a number on the
You had
packaging.
stuff lemon in yours.
Yeah. It's like someone's already drunk it.
I do love these little bottles. They're very cute. They're usually, you find tonic water.
Yeah.
Really high-end tonic water
Yeah.
in these kind of bottles.
Yep, from India.
Ooh.
Yes.
It does smell delicious.
Is it hops forward?
I think it's clementine forward. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Whatever.
Oh, that's nice.
Very refreshing.
That is
I
absolutely.
could drink this all day. This is an all-day drink.
Ooh, it's very tart.
I actually think I just broke a rib laughing then.
It's got a bitterness to it. But I don't know
That's
about
the lemon, I think.
I don't know about you guys, but
or your attitude, I'm not sure.
I'm feeling less anxious.
It's anxious, more bitter.
More bitter.
And I've got to poop. How you going there, Linz?
I'm good.
It might be the added lemon in a lemonade. Maybe that was overkill. I'm not sure.
No. It's fine.
I should have salt rimmed the glass, but
I don't know that you can assault the rim of a glass, Brett.
It's not a cocktail, right?
it would have been good with a bit of crusty salt on the rim.
It would have actually. That would have added a little bit of joy to it.
Yeah. So this came, I think
It's
it
full of
came
joy.
with, we do a subscription for wine. Yeah, you're getting a real peek behind the curtain in my household. And I think this came with that because we bought some gin and it was, or something like that.
So
And
you
I was
are to
like,
have it with gin. That,
well, it
now,
might.
Now I'm really on board.
It could be. I think it's the mixer that you have with the high-end liqueur that, gin, vodka, lemonade, whatever you need to do.
Gin or liqueur? Because
Have you seen the back of the bottle where it's got the little boxes ticked for bitter and sour?
It really does hit both of those notes, bitter and sour.
Which is what you want with a gin and tonic.
Well,
You are what you eat.
10 cents a bottle.
That's right. And they're mini bottles, right?
Yeah.
It's also, we've all just had coffee, so I think it's a nice palate cleanser.
Mm-hmm.
Good way to kick off the day. Wakes you up a little bit. The bitterness kind of, I think it's a good spark.
Cuts through.
It does.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the idea that there's no alcohol in here as
Yes,
well.
thank you, Brett.
This time of day.
There's a plan if we get through the number of episodes we want to record. I've got a steady growth of alcohol as we go through the day.
The last one is
should have bought a hip flask.
16 drinks.
What I didn't realize when I put the ice in the glass was how hard that's going to be to edit out.
Yeah.
It's like dice in a dice cup.
All those triggers in one nice
You
little
guys
package.
think that's so funny.
Oh, that's funny. All right. So, as with every time we start this, we've got to get our brains melted and starting to move along. I can't even
It's
word
morning
speak.
time.
Yeah, I can't even word speak right now. Okay. Here is the dicey question for today. If you were to open a fantasy or sci-fi business, what would it be? What would you call it? And what is your core function or business? Like what's it about? What are you doing there? I just noticed Lindsay's water bottle. Jesus Christ. How the 2 liters, Lindsay? Like there's a meme floating around at the moment of like women in their water bottles. It's like a guy toting around like one of those things that goes in the top of a water cooler.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have a sip of my water.
Well,
that
I'm
is
not feeling well. Hydrate or die. That's
it's
the rule.
huge.
True.
It's
Very
huge.
true.
Yeah.
Especially here.
I think if I was starting a medieval fantasy business,
Yes.
I would start a toothbrush shop
Okay.
Oh.
because I feel like medieval people don't have.
Oh, hang on. I misunderstood the question. You mean if you were in a medieval fantasy
sorry.
setting?
I get it. You're English. A toothbrush is something that cleans your teeth.
Nice. But yeah, some sort of hygiene product store,
Okay.
I think that could go really
Something
well.
that does like deodorant as well. Because
Yeah.
I always imagine like you see it on TV and you go, oh, there's an aesthetic to it. It must stink to high hell being in one of those places because all the refuse is going out the windows. Where are people like peeing and pooping?
Just
they
you,
don't have
you wear your
running
clothes for
toilets.
3 months at a time.
Yeah. There's no deodorant. There's like,
Yep, soap, potpourri. you know.
yeah.
A bath.
Is it a bathhouse?
Maybe,
Right.
a bathhouse.
Okay.
And then there's the backside where it's people watching the bathhouse.
Oh,
What?
this bathhouse is called the Glory Hole.
You charter to all kinds of business.
You have diversified your income streams.
I like that. That's admirable. What would you call it?
Can you come back to me? I'm trying to think of
I don't
it.
know. That's a good name.
That's a great name.
Can you come back to me?
I'm trying to think of a good alliteration.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Anyone else?
I'm a tavern kind of dude. I think that suits me really well. I'd like to host people. I like to cook. I like to partake of the beverages. I would absolutely love to open a tavern and have people step into my tavern. I'm confused though, because I could do that now in my real life and it wouldn't be much different, I would think. But I like the idea of different people coming in, it being a hub of a town. That's the kind of meet cute place for people, that you can set a space for people to kind of interact and relax or meet new people, put some entertainment on, nice meal, nice drinks.
Is the fantasy part of it that it'd be successful?
No. I think the fantasy is more about me being able to not eat all the food and drink all of the drinks.
You have to give it away. One for me, two for me.
Yeah, no, I think I'd like that kind of that interactiveness and that feel. It would definitely have a big entertainment part in that space. I think there'd be a stage, and it would be always like I'm envisioning Name of the Wind, where he goes and plays his lute in that kind of nice upmarket fancy place, and there's a balcony with the people of wealth up there, and a kind of the muckery downstairs, and a nice bar and fine wines and table service, and
Where he gets his pipes.
Yeah. I think that's the kind of space that I think I'd like to be in.
All right. Just a little side note. We stepped around the lead character from Name of the Wind's his name. Do you remember his name? Don't say it out loud.
I do.
Okay.
Okay. On the count of three, I think we should all say his name the way we think that it's pronounced, just so that we all get the idea. Because I've heard this name pronounced so many different times and different ways. Okay. The count. Do you want to count us in? Because you have no idea.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
So you
okay.
count us in
That's
and
fine.
we'll say it.
Racist. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Quoth. Oh, we all got it. Wow. Same.
Yeah, Kvoth.
Oh, no. See, I didn't do the Kavoth.
What did you do?
Kvoth.
Oh.
So you actually didn't say anything the same at all.
I was kind of saying
Kvothe.
mine's more like a W sounding quoth.
But I've also heard Kvothe.
You go hard on the K though.
Yeah.
And Justin, soft K.
Just a Kv.
Kv.
I've come up with the name of my bath shop, by the way.
Kvothe.
That is fantastic. What do you call it?
Basilisk Bath and Beyond.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Basilisk because it makes you hard.
Huh. I thought because of the pumice stones.
What's yours going to be called, Brett? What's your tavern?
Yeah, naming things takes some time, doesn't it,
It does.
Lindsay? Yeah.
I just thought I'd throw someone else under the bus now.
Thanks, mate.
Luke, what have you got for us?
So business or
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever.
So
You got to make a living. What are you doing?
Cool. I probably would offer psychiatric services to adventurers who are suffering from PTSD.
Oh, wow.
Get them
Mushrooms?
back on the horse and living their best life.
Back on the horse, quite literally. Is this a face your fears thing? Like, do you have rooms with animals in them? And they have
Yeah, that'd be great. Hey,
go face the
to
cockatrice.
the left is the right. I'm moving to the right. Yes.
What are your methods here?
Well, because I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm not a psychiatrist, so I don't know. I just kind
Would
of
you use
fumble
magic
around.
though?
Yeah, no, I don't think magic. I want it to be a genuine, like, working through process of getting them back into that space of feeling that they're confident and
I mean, you
believing
know,
in their own skills.
just because you travel into this land doesn't make you a psychologist. Like, what are some ideas that you have that
Well, what I'm thinking,
activities?
I'll
Like, is it
probably
a couch kind of moment?
I don't know. I don't know how it looks. So obviously, it would change for each individual. But I guess I'd like to focus maybe on survivors of almost TPKs. So the whole party but one has died.
Yeah.
And like I'll have a roster of them. And once they're all
Survivor's
good,
guilt.
they're a new party. Off they go. All recovered. Happy days.
Can
Oh,
I?
you get them
Kind of
all
like a
together.
group therapy kind of thing. Yeah. Hey, we formed a new party. Go ahead.
Luke,
have at it.
What
I've
a great intro to a TNT game. Everyone rocks up to a survivor's
Traumatized.
Oh, that is great. Sorry, Lindsay.
TPK Anonymous.
Nice.
I have to, this is slightly off track, but this is your final warning, Luke. If you say fumble around rather than fumble through again, you're out of the podcast.
He's got a splinter podcast.
Yes, name I'll come up with in a minute.
Okay. Brett, you got one yet?
Look, I'm tempted to use the booze and snooze.
Oh, the booze and snooze.
Come and drink and have a night with us.
What's the snooze bit?
Well, because you'd sleep at the taverns always have rooms to stay overnight.
All right.
And, you
Not
know,
the entertainment.
well, it's possible. It's possible. That's kind of it.
Okay.
I'd need help with that. I'd need help. I can imagine, though, that the three businesses would work well in a precinct together. I would imagine that, you know, the last man standing psychological services would work well with the...
Last man standing. Normalizing nightmares.
Yep. Yep. One in the back end, two in the front for the cleaning services.
What about you, Justin?
I think I'd just do maybe a house building company, like a company that builds houses for people. So you go somewhere, they're prefabricated. So you own a mill, you have a prefabbed house, you get people to pay you, then you go out of business. That seems to be what's happening in the world today.
I have a question about building in the medieval times.
Yeah.
Because I've been watching the show about Tower of London,
Yeah.
right? So King Henry VIII, when he married
All of them.
Catherine of Hall, I think it was, he was so in love with her, he engraved all the initials. He redid all the initials in the filigree to say K and H.
Oh,
So
K Hart H.
Yeah. And he had all his armor and done that. And then when he decided that she couldn't produce it, had killed him. They were only married 3 years.
Yeah.
How quickly can you turn around stonework in the medieval ages? Because I feel like in the Tower of London, which was a pretty big building, changing all those little filigrees would have taken a bloody long
wouldn't be
time.
one
How many
person there, right?
stonemasons you've
Yeah,
got.
but still.
Isn't there a cathedral that is in France or somewhere that's like it's been being built for the last 200-300 years?
Yep.
Like it's still under construction. The Basilica. Basilica.
I've seen it. It's nice. I really want to go back when it's finished.
Yeah.
If it's done in my lifetime.
Yeah. But I figured like people would probably left to their own devices to make houses. Not a lot of like, you know, yes, you'd have a carpenter, but nobody really had house plans. There wasn't an architectural firm there. So I think having somebody that could do that might be helpful.
The question back to what you were just saying then, Lindsay, was that work completed in the 3 years before he had her killed?
Well, once she was killed, they got him to remove them all.
So it might have been a half-done job in the first place.
You just use whiteboard markers.
But like even the prisoners were engraving
Oh, right.
in the Tower of London these amazing, like, real better than I could ever do engravings as graffiti.
Just in their cells.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's pretty amazing. So like one, it must be pretty soft stone or whatever, but still like, I don't know, it must be, I don't know.
They had a lot of time on their hands and they weren't constrained by having a device to distract them.
Still.
I wonder if you could see like the work from where they start at one side of the room really shockingly bad, and
Just
as it
dicks.
goes
Yeah.
along through time,
Just
it
dicks.
Yeah.
Well, they did miss one. There's only one left in the whole Tower of London. One little K loves H filigree thing.
Wow.
Ah.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It is like freaking 30 feet high. Flying. Nikon could see it. He could fly up to an envelope.
It's not like they would have an Excel spreadsheet, right?
Yeah. I'd go, oh, where is it?
Oh, that's what I'd go and do. I'd start a computer company. I'd start.
Sorry.
I just had this idea of the Flintstones now with like
Yeah.
a little birds and
Do you know what would be good?
Sorry.
Insurance.
Your laptop's out of batteries.
Insurance.
You're done.
Starting up insurance
Yeah.
would be really good.
Oh.
There's a whole Discworld story
Yeah.
about that where they insurance. That's pretty funny.
So you'd build stuff.
Yeah, I think I'd be a builder. I was initially thinking blacksmith or something pretty simple, but I like the idea of creating, the idea of having something.
not that we think that blacksmithing's a simple thing to any blacksmiths out
And that
there
they
listening to
don't
our
create.
podcast.
What I meant was not just blacksmithing, because blacksmithing is a part of
You
this.
wanted a broader field.
A bigger field of
Right.
it, because a blacksmith is, every town is based around a blacksmith. So you look at any kind of medieval village, you need a blacksmith to create nails, horseshoes. Like there's so much involved with that, but also to build a house, you need a blacksmith to create things, but you also need a stonemason, and for the fire, you also need a wood mason. You also need maybe a glazier if you're going to put glass in there as well.
A wood mason. Is that an actual?
A carpenter.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard
also-
it as it came out of my mouth.
You know, to fit it out, you need a pottery mason.
A pottery mason. You need a floor mason.
A rug mason.
Yeah. The guy that does mason jars, a mason.
Funnily enough, his name's Mason.
He also doesn't like women, so he's a misogynist.
I'd like to move along.
Yeah. All right, so we're moving along. Okay, so look, we're at a point now, gentlemen, where
Pointy end.
I would say the pointy end is here. I'd say the frosty tip of the adventure is nigh. And speaking of nigh, Kren,
And frosty tips.
tips, where we left it last time, you had just been almost frozen
Yeah.
in the waste.
Yep.
Now,
Apparently my winter plumage was not out.
you're now covered in down.
Indeed.
Or something along those lines.
Puffed up.
But yes, the actual game said that if you had failed enough saves, you would have just died. That's it. There is no in between that. The creature freezes to death if you fail 6 consecutive saves.
I mean, 6
Dead.
consecutive ones is
That's
that's
like,
pretty
if you
steep,
got
right?
that, then we'd be going to the casino and go and roll some dice.
Yeah, but you also got to
It's gotta
remember,
be out.
Or bet on something so you can bet against it, right?
but you're rolling with
Yahtzee championships of the world.
You are rolling with disadvantage, and you're rolling like
Yeah.
the increase of those deaths. Like, but how unlucky? Like, how robbed would you feel?
How many saves
if you got
altogether
to
were
this
there?
part of the event? There were
Oh.
8 in total. But if you got to this part of the adventure and froze to death, like you
Yeah.
would be pissed. I would be so angry at the world.
That's
if
true.
That happened.
That is true. That would be
What a
bad.
shit
And
way
then,
to die.
everyone else in your party would have to go back to Luke's psychological.
and find a new member.
Sorry, we're going to
Yeah.
turn around, go back.
I mean, you are in a place in a campaign called Dragon of Ice Spire Peak.
Yep. Yeah.
Cold weather clothing seems like a
See,
logical choice.
Oh, I don't know. He comes down and does a lot of his stuff down on the ground, doesn't he?
I upped my perception check for that one because I thought it was I Spy Pig.
Yeah, and Lindsay created a business because he thought it was the essential kit.
Yeah.
Haven't made that joke for a while. All right, so you guys find yourselves overlooking.
Hang on, what was the condition I was under?
Exhausted?
No, it was...
Nightcrane, you've got some white, creamy substances all over your face there. What's
Okay, you
blood a
are.
seal?
You have it's basically you are freezing, so you're suffering from cold.
Oh, okay.
So
So it's not an actual condition that I've got on me.
It is, but I can't remember what is 0 degrees.
What is blinded, charmed,
exhaustion.
defeated, frightened, grappled, incapacitated, invisible, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, restrained, stunned, or unconscious.
There's a song in that.
It's almost like it's not written down on my page. You're exhausted.
Well, does exhausted give me disadvantage?
It's not exhausted because it comes out from a place of warmth, though. So all it says here is on a failed save, you have disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws, and your speed is halved.
Also known as exhaustion.
But you have to spend a time in a place of warmth
For an hour, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
to actually get out of that. So
If you put exhaustion on your D&D Beyond,
Yeah, well, if you want
it
to tell
will
me
do it
what
all for
scale,
you.
because it's a
It's
1 to
the
6 sliding scale
first-
for exhaustion, Lindsay. So if you want to...
1.
Thank you.
Yeah, so 1 on exhaustion is disadvantage on ability checks, and 2 is speed halved, so you got both of those.
Oh, well, there
it's also attack rolls and saving throws.
Well, then you're 3. If you've hit points, then you're 4, and if your speed's reduced to 0, then you're 5. So I think you're 3, my friend.
What the hell's that on
You're 3 on the exhaustion tracker,
It keeps putting me up to 6.
but you'd go to 6 if you fail more saves, which is death.
Death.
And I know this because I've been through those phases as a rager, in and out of game.
So standing on the path of these icy peaks, you can see the fortress just in front of you. You recognize it as the Ice Spire Peak and perhaps the fortress that you are looking for. Its towers its walls covered in a thick blanket of snow. The once proud banners of this fortress now lie in tatters, replaced by a fierce white dragon that seems to be taken over.
The dragon is
Well,
visible.
I don't know. No, the banners are replaced by
The banners have dragon.
a white dragon. So somebody's come up here, and you can see that that this fortress is old. It's solid. Like you can imagine something that needs to be stout and solid to survive wind and winter, but itself is on a peak. So even the fortress is nestled into the mountain on certain peaks. Leading up the path, you can see that there is a gatehouse that is almost on its own little spire with a bridge that goes into the main complex beyond it. And from where you are, you would have to climb up this this wonderful path.
How well can we see the banner?
What do you mean, the banner?
I want to make a history check to know if it's like something we recognize or whatever.
Okay, make your history check.
I'm not very good at history. Flunt's not big on the books. Ooh, 17.
You think that the banner's probably something new that is here, so it's nothing that's got heraldry that you can recognize attached to it, or a connection to a house, or a historical significance.
It's new.
Yeah. Well, let's climb up then.
We should get Nigrin inside and warm him up.
Yeah, man.
He's bluer than normal.
I was going to say my teeth are chattering, but I don't have any.
Yeah, so you begin.
Something's chattering.
Your beak's clicking away. Yeah.
You begin your ascent up this long, kind of winding mountain trail. It hugs the steep slopes, gradually ascending towards this gatehouse that you can see in the distance. You can easily spot some horse tracks that mark the path, both coming back and forth. So there are definitely horse trail marks here. And to actually move up this pathway, you're going to have to navigate its narrow trail almost in a single file, because there's no way that you can sort of pass through here, next to each other. For the most part, the trail is secure. However, there is some sections of it that are crumbling or collapsed, that are probably rubble filled and tricky terrain for you, difficult terrain in game terms. So really, I guess that just in case it is important, like, what is your marching order? How are you proceeding up this pathway?
Murray's to be at the front with his sword and his shield pulled, blazing a trail through the snow with he's feeling much stronger than normal. So he's blazing a trail and following those horse tracks, because he knows if the horses can get through, then that's a safe path.
It's hard to tell how many horses there would be, because like sand people, they travel in single file up this track. So it's
he just knows that if there is some dodgy track, that those horses wouldn't have made it. So where the horse hoof prints are likely to be a solid trail.
I'll be in the middle. Flunt will be in the middle because of his 5-foot advantage for everyone. And you can fly off if you need to. So.
Oh, I'm not sure I'm going to get very far.
Yeah. So you're kind of, have you taken to the air at this point, Nigrin? No, you're just sort of shuffling along.
Yeah, I don't feel confident enough in how cold I am. I won't just drop like a rock.
Yeah, it is pretty breezy up here, so the wind howls, creating. Obviously it's quiet, so the mountains, the sounds echo, and like loud sounds would definitely carry through here, but the wind would cover most of your, the incidental noises that you would make, the clinkings and the crunching of your feet in the snow and that kind of stuff.
Nigrin, you've slowed down. Would you like to ride the horse?
Horse?
The bony one we've got.
No, I'll be okay.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll just go as fast as you can go.
How breezy? Breezy.
It's breezy enough. Like it wouldn't be easy going for you in the air. Like it's not going to hinder you, but it's probably like walking uphill. Flying.
Do I feel that if in a pinch I was to take to the air and just open my wings up, the breeze would take me away from where we are?
It wouldn't be dangerous, no. But
I feel like kind of wanted to get away quick.
No, it's not like that. It's not anything that would. It's annoying enough, but not hindering. Like imagine walking through a really rough rainstorm. That would be akin to flying in this. Like it's not going to stop you from going somewhere. It's not going to blow you away or anything. But it's a pain in the ass.
No mechanical implications.
No, right, gotcha.
Yeah. All right, and you move ahead. Eventually, you come up to a door that sits into what looks like an old stone gatehouse that is at the very top of the pathway. You can see that there is, it's quite thick, it's quite sturdy, this door, and it's large enough that it could let animals and maybe a wagon, like a small wagon, not a large one, through its gate.
Can we see any signs of life?
You see, so as you're walking up, like you would have seen some, like the stone building itself, you don't see any smoke coming out of it. You don't see anything, but obviously as the gatehouse is, it's pretty well constructed as a defense as well. So it's, that you can definitely see arrow slits and you can definitely see all those kinds of things that are in here. But the very nature of that is given that it doesn't give you an idea of how many people are there. There's certainly no figures in crenellations.
We can't see people or nothing like that.
No.
Well,
Should we check the gate?
Morades is going to just recheck his grip on his shield, hunker down behind it, and keep blazing that trail straight up to the gate.
Mm-hmm.
We'll check the gate when we get there.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good, man.
All right, and you stand in front of this large wooden door with iron bands around it. There's a ring on the door that can be wrapped, if you will.
Isn't just open, is it? Like,
Before we do that, I'm going to just cast a spell on you guys.
What do you mean a spell?
I take a tiny strip of white cloth, kind of light it on fire, say a little prayer.
Oh, you got to talk to Grundon. Okay.
Yeah, Grundanar, man. And we each get 5 maximum and temporary hit points.
8.
nice.
Nice. How long does that last for?
8 hours.
That's pretty good.
So that's maximum, so you can heal back up to it in the next 8 hours.
Yeah, and you stand in front of this large door.
Is there a doormat with a key underneath it?
There is no doormat with a key underneath it.
Door doesn't open if we push on it or pull on it.
You push on the door and it opens. It's stiff to open, but it certainly opens with no resistance to you. It seems that whatever bar mechanisms that you definitely can see on the background, the hooks that would hold a bar in place are definitely there, but there is no bar in place at the moment.
Right.
As you open it, the first thing that really happens is it's a respite from the cold and the wind outside, but the smell of beast hits you pretty profusely, horse to be exact, that smell of stables. And immediately as you look into this room, to your left you can see stables with 4 horses inside of them. There are 5 stables in total, like 5 little stalls in total, but 4 of them contain saddled horses. And the room sort of continues around, but there's a hallway at the end to the right, but you can't see into it.
How do the horses appear to be equipped? Is it?
Each of them is in. One of them looks like a wizard with a staff.
No, I mean, like, does it look like an orc's horse or some other species? Anything specific that's a species that walks?
No, there's no defining markings or anything. They're just horses with saddles on them. You can see that their packs, like they would have the places for packs on them, but they've been removed. They're still saddled up just in case. I guess imagine if you parked your horse somewhere and you just wanted to make sure that you could get in and get out pretty quick.
And are they like steaming because they've just got here and they're still
No,
like,
they don't
hot,
seem
or
to be.
The tires have cooled down.
Yeah, they don't seem to be. They seem to have been here for a little while.
Should we go and let the tires out? Let the air out of the tires.
Well, maybe it's another adventuring party, man, trying to take out the dragon. Maybe we've got some help.
It's possible.
Gotta believe there's always goodness in people and friendship around every corner. I don't think of everything as a combat encounter or a threat, they could be friendly, man.
You're very right, Flood. Be wary and be ready for battle.
Is there an area where I can light a small fire?
To light a small fire.
Back of the second horse.
Probably.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's burn the
Like
forest.
there's this complex goes further in, maybe in there. I mean, definitely. I mean, you can light a fire wherever you
How long do I
want.
need? Do I need an hour?
It
with
looks
the
like there's a
fire?
hall just there. We could go inside. There might be people around.
Like this
That's what I'm worried about. I didn't
this
wanna-
gatehouse is quite large. Like it's
Right.
its own kind of building as well.
So footprints from the horses on the floor, leading anywhere.
Into the stalls.
No. He's like the rider's
you mean
dismounted,
from the
moving off
rider?
somewhere.
I
Yeah.
thought you meant the horses. I'm like, what a weird question.
Yes, they're
Bizarre
zephyrs.
question.
They
No,
float.
you can't see any footprints going anywhere. The floor here is stone. Under the horses, there'd be some kind of old wickery kind of like
Straw matting or something,
drawers. Yeah, dry straw. Like
Yeah.
somebody would have brought that with them, I
Right.
guess, for the horses to eat.
Straw.
I
Flammable.
don't know too much about horses. I think you've got all my. They're pointy at one end and flat at the other, and they float.
Two people fit inside them.
Depends how lucky you are. Or
Do you want
desperate.
to warm up here, or shall we find a more secure and
Realistically, we're not going to sit around for an hour at this point.
we've done worse. I recall waiting for a good 8 hours for you guys to wake up in the axe home.
True.
So
Well, let's have a little bit more of a look around. At the very least, we can see if it's a secure location enough to lock it up in. Yeah, let's just look around then.
right, so in the gatehouse, any kind of areas where we can
So you start moving up sort of to the end of the stable portion into the hallway. The hallway doglegs.
hang on. When you say stable portion, is there an unstable portion?
Ah,
I don't think this floor is entirely stable. Get it? Because it's not all stable. There's a stable portion.
Yep, we got it.
So we're moving.
it's on shaky ground, just like that joke.
That's a great joke. Just needed some explaining.
It didn't need any explaining. It was perfectly fine. It was good. It was valid. I liked it.
You're flogging a dead stabled horse.
Well, no one laughed. So, if no one laughs, you've got to explain it. That's the rules.
Words to live and die by.
He has truly embraced his dad joke.
I love it. That's most of a comedian's thing is explaining the jokes they've just made,
If
just
they
in
don't-
case someone didn't get
If
it.
they don't land, hammer it home.
Keep it going.
Just submission.
Let's keep it going. Yeah, so you move around to sort of the hallway. The hallway opens immediately into another room. Across the way, you can see a door. This room for you, Nikron, as well. Just be aware that the ceiling height in here is about 8 feet. It's not huge,
But I
It's
know
just-
that it's not underground. It's
there is definitely a portion of this that is up.
Yeah.
So the this is like the stable area, but to get to the main keep, you would have to cross a bridge, and that bridge is above you somewhere. So you have to find a way up to
the
get to that. But that's through here. Obviously, people who can't fly have to build a construction to get here,
Yeah.
and this is the first of
But
it.
no, you were talking to me in terms of being in a confined space.
Yes.
I'm less bothered by this one, although I am still a little concerned than I was going underground.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you move into this area, and there are 4 doors that go off here. So there are 2 doors on one wall. One wall has no doors. That's the wall you just came in past. And then there's some at the end. But the door before your party groans as it slowly swings open, revealing a dimly lit chamber beyond. Stepping into the room with an air of confidence is a lean, brash woman, her red hair pulled back in a tightly bound ponytail and her eyes gleaming with a shrewd determination. As she strides into view, she raises her hand in a conciliatory gesture and addresses your group. I'm afraid you've stumbled on an unfortunate circumstance. You see, we've got here a bit of an impasse. The dragon's treasure's no longer available to you. And her voice sort of carries an unmistakable edge, indicating she's not one to be trifled with. Behind her, or behind you really, in the shadows, 3 other doors in the room sort of split open, almost silently. Figures clad in darkened armor can be seen beyond them, their eyes watchful, weapons most likely at the ready. They remain concealed, waiting for a signal or any hostile actions from your party. As the leader continues, her tone firm but not unkind. The way I see it, however, all has not been lost. If you wish to rid this place of the dragon and are successful in doing so, you can take the accolades and the glory. That treasure, that's ours. And you'll not take it from here. It's up to you. You can walk out of here without a fight in either direction. But I'll have your word upon your gods, because those things mean something. That you'll not take our treasure. We've got claim to it, and you don't. We've been here. This is ours. Consider what you want to do, because I'm not in the mood for any fucking around.
Hey, man. Name's Flunt Stonebud. How's it going? This is Meridius and Nycrid. G'day. Okay, cool. Non-talky type. Are you willing to help kill the dragon, ma'am?
We're not going into that. You want to go there, it's all yours.
So if you're not planning on killing the dragon, how are you planning on getting the treasure?
That's our business.
Oh. Okay. I mean, we're here to kill the dragon. We assumed there was treasure, but that wasn't our main goal, was it, Meridius? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I hadn't even considered the treasure. That's not what we're here for.
There is revenge to be taken. The dragon has taken a dear companion's life, and revenge shall be met upon its person.
I mean, we've already almost killed this dragon once. Do you want to come help? And you can have some of the glory as well as all your treasure, man.
Are you foolish?
No, I'm Flunt.
Sorry, that was good.
If you want to walk into your death, you can. But we're staying here where it's warm and comfortable till that fucker leaves.
It is warm. You're absolutely right.
Is it just
It's lovely and warm here.
Is it just through that next door there, or how far we got?
It's up those stairs.
May I suggest we reset? Can you tell us who you are and what you're doing here, and perhaps our paths will align?
Like I said, I'm here for the dragon's treasure.
Yep.
We've been away in this place for a little while.
Yep.
That fucker left and then he came back. He's
Yep.
been here ever since. He looked wounded.
Yep.
That was us. Well, them. I wasn't involved.
That's true, eh?
Yeah.
And your claim is based upon...
The fact we were here first.
Gotcha. And...
It's the old finders keepers.
Right, but without finding yet.
Mm.
Can we just rest here for a bit and get what you know about the place before we go in to kill that dragon?
Fuck off.
Right.
Either way, you get fucked. Down the path or up.
Right.
Hmm.
And can you tell us what we are likely to expect in there?
A fucking dragon.
Right.
Oh, and it's fucking cold too. Anything else? What the fuck are you doing here if you don't know what you're fucking doing?
She's got a bit of a potty mouth.
It's very possible, Flunt, Nycrin, that one of you two should take over the conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
because I can feel those hackles on the back of my stony skin just rising ever so slightly.
I mean, here's
I
the
might
thing.
Just step back.
I'm happy to go fight the dragon, but we just need Nycrin needs an hour in the warmth to defrost.
That's great.
Defrost.
Go and find it somewhere else. This is our place.
Ma'am,
You're not welcome here. Have I not made that clear?
now, ma'am, I understand that you've made it very clear, but you're being a bit of a Karen. I just think we just need a little moment, and then we'll go kill your dragon, and then you can have your cash.
You know how you said you were being really clear? Did you hear the clear bit where I said I'm not in the mood to be fucked around? Now fucking make your decision and get the fuck out.
Decision made.
Fireball. Can't waste those.
Do you want to kill the dragon? Do
Absolutely, I want to kill the dragon, yes.
you want to pull it back into this room?
I like that.
I'm unclear what you're suggesting.
I'm saying let's go kill the dragon. We got a job to do. Let's go do it. And I mean, this strumpet isn't going to help, so I think we should just go do what we need to do, and then come back.
Right.
clearly once the dragon's dead, they'll go clear out their loot, which will give us some time to rest. If we kill the dragon, can we come rest here afterwards? Will you empty the loot?
Which part of this looks like a fucking B&B to you?
How many of them are there? Does it appear to be?
There's at least 4. So there's
four horses. So
there's 4 horses, but there's also 4 doors.
So
So,
there are 4 doors
each of
that
them
all
have
seem to have so
opened
many-
a door.
Okay. So it wasn't like they had
So-
2 of them and there's 2 horses necessarily to take the loot down with
Well,
them.
you know that
They can't-
4 doors have opened.
They can't. There must be so much loot there, right? They're not going to get it all down on just 4 horses.
Exactly, man.
Which means they're going to have to split the party at one point. Otherwise, they're going to give up having the treasure there.
Are you really having this discussion in front of you?
No, this is not in character.
See how he doesn't sound like a bird?
Yeah.
I get confused.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm happy to go kill it. If you're okay, Nikarin, let's go do it.
I would have her word that they will not interfere with our business,
I don't
You
think
swear on your god.
much like we won't
you're in
interfere
there.
with theirs.
It's the only way you're getting past.
What?
Swear on your gods, because that means something.
I swear on Grundanar that I don't care about any treasure, man. But I would like to rest up before we go kill this dragon. That's all we want. We just want to rest up, but go kill a dragon, and we can all part friendly.
Which part of no do you not understand?
Oh,
Ugh.
I swear on Big Bird that I will not engage in anything to do with the treasure.
Just to get an idea of this, like they're fair. Imagine a gatehouse where a party of people have come into a room and they're like, "We're going to scope out a dragon's treasure." Then somebody else comes. They're not really comfortable going, "Yeah, you guys just sit." Like, can you imagine just sitting staring tensely at somebody for an hour, not knowing if they're going to attack you or you're going to attack them or any of that kind of stuff? Like, that's the mood that's in this room at the moment. It's not it's certainly not a friendly, and you get the idea. Like, there are definitely crossbow bolts pointed at you right now.
Let's go kill a dragon. Let's just go do it. I think we go kill the dragon, then we can rest in there while they take the treasure. And
I'm not entirely okay. Obviously, out of character, I'm not entirely comfortable with doing that. Going, killing a dragon, getting bloody, getting our asses spanked, come back down. Then you've got 4 people that are fresh as daisies. It can just kill us straight after.
I'm not sure you can have this conversation.
No.
now.
I just said that was out of
I
character.
know, but it's also something that you wouldn't be able to convey in character until somewhere else. I think it's unfair to the moment and the decision making process to have that conversation without your characters being able to.
Flunt's for good. He's all about redemption. He ain't starting nothing with adventurers.
Moranis has stepped back. He's being stony quiet. Hasn't lowered his sword or his shield.
They're in front of us.
They're all around.
Yeah, as in, but like from where we've come from, they're in the
Yeah.
and the horses are behind
you've
us.
like walked into a
Yeah.
room. Yes, the only way out that is unblocked right now is to go back to where the horses
Go back
are.
past their horses.
Yeah, but
their way
she's
down the
indicated that they will let you past up the stairs. And you can see one of the doors directly sort of across the hallway that you came in has stairs beyond it.
It would appear there is no more conversation to be had.
Yep, let's go to the dragon.
Up we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
And your swear?
I swear, I don't
On
know.
Big Bird.
I don't think these guys really have any gods.
I have no god, lady, but I will swear on the eternal soul of my good friend JR that I will not interfere with treasure that is not rewarded appropriately.
Did you say JR? JR Lockwood. He's my favorite author.
Yes, he was a good friend of
Why
mine.
did you say that earlier?
In fact, I've got a whole first edition suite of books here. Have you read them? This one, the Dragon in the Hole.
No, I prefer Bilson Moon.
Philosophy.
And you, Birdman. What are you swearing on?
I swear on the Big Bird. Have you heard?
If you do
Everybody's
not know,
heard about the bird.
the bird is the word.
All right. And she kind of indicates or gestures to one of the doors. The door kind of opens and you can see there's a male figure, kind of, I wouldn't say well kept. He's kind of let himself go. Elderly. He looks gnarled. He looks old. He looks leathered. He looks like he's seen a few. The scars on his face give you an indication this guy's been through a few scraps and scrapes, but he kind of has his crossbow pointed at you, but he opens the door and sort of gestures you past up the stairs.
Thank you, sir. Would you like a mushroom?
Nice.
Yeah,
Get them all high.
Come on then. Hello, neighbour. Thank you for letting us pass. It's a big shit. Excuse me. If you could just... sorry, I'll push through.
Sideways. Pivot sideways.
Oh.
So you only saw one other of the guys that was with the party.
In the entirety.
And he
Like, you
looked-
definitely know there were other people behind the doors.
And he
'cause
looked
they
a little
opened it.
worse for wear.
They're not worse for wear, just gnarled
Rugged.
and old
Yeah.
and like, you know. he's-
Experienced.
Yeah.
Oh.
You move upstairs into a kind of a landing port, and this is where you can see all the arrow slits that would overlook the pathway all the way up from these arrow slits. Even from where you're kind of walking past them, you can see they got a perfect view all the way up the pathway so they would have spotted you from a mile away. And even then you can see like a chair with the shavings of like some whittling or whatever as somebody sat there doing their watch kind of post stuff. And it is quite warm in here. They've got like a little fire burning, but it's a clean burn, so there's no real.
Is it on now?
This room is definitely the warmest of the rooms that you can see.
We slowly walk through it.
Take a 1
Take an
hour
hour
walk.
walk. Take a 1 hour walk through here, and then he gestures you up to you're kind of escorted up to the door to the bridge.
There we go.
Engage.
So they came up here when the dragon wasn't here. That was what they were saying, right?
Our duty is to protect the town of Fandolin. That is our prime objective. The dragon, not its horde, is our objective. Having said that, rocky eyebrows raise.
I mean, after we defeat the dragon, I can just like bang my shield and go, roar, clang, clang, roar, make it sound like it's going forever while you guys rest.
So you get to this door. The guy's still there. You get to this door, and extending across a 35-foot chasm that separates the gatehouse from the primary fortress, you find a robust stone bridge elevated about 50 feet above the trail below. As a matter of fact, you guys walked under this trail to get here. The bridge is flanked by stone railings that each rise about 3 feet for added safety from the cold, howling wind that seems to sweep through the natural kind of funnel. Fastened to the far side of the fortress, on the other side of the bridge, you can see a door. And next to the door, there is an iron bell, just in case you want to ring the door and see if the butler's home. A short, rusty chain dangles from it. Across the doorway itself is slightly ajar, with its crossbar visibly broken. So you can see that the bar that holds it in place is actually snapped, and parts of it are on the floor and bent. Evidence of damage to the door suggests that it was forcibly opened at some point in the past.
35-foot cavern there, Nightcrane. Can you fly to the other side, take a rope, and just secure it in case something happens while we are crossing the bridge? And we can tie the other end here, you tie it over there, and we walk across. Bridges.
Sounds good.
And we do that.
Yep. So Nightcrane flies across,
Very
buffeted
slowly.
by the wind.
Very, very slowly.
You tie a rope to what?
What is that?
There's a bell and a door.
Don't really want to tie it to the bell. That will ring then when you're going across, won't it?
I don't care. I just don't want to fall.
It's a very
Can I
sturdy.
take the-
Just to give you an idea, it's a stone bridge that's
Yep.
very
I
sturdy
can
and
do
been
stone
here for
cutting.
a long
I'll tie
time.
it to the door. You're looking for something to just...
So, as nervous as Nightcrane is in a tunnel, Meridius is
Gotcha.
out on
I hear you.
out on a mountainous
And
side.
Brett
Our
is
past
when it comes to
experiences with
bridges.
yeah.
So Meridius is like looking at the bridge, looking down the side, going, a rope would be.
Yep.
And
I'll hold it at the
just
other
tie
end
it
as well.
off.
I'll tie it off at the door and I'll keep holding it.
even
as
if
well.
it's attached to those footings over there, that's
And you
fine.
move across the bridge uneventfully.
There goes that. That's what I thought this whole episode was.
What are we going to do now?
I just
We're
know
going to have to
that
fight a
this could
dragon
be
now.
40 minutes of kerfuffles around the bridge.
Hullabaloo.
Yeah, and just like it's a big solid stone bridge. You jump on it, it doesn't move.
The name of the bridge is Jiggery Pickery.
and you move across the bridge.
Is the
Okay,
door
we're through.
Right.
Yeah. You open the door into a
Hang
short...
on, I left my sword back there.
Oh, okay. Now you better tie up a rope. You've crossed it once. That's a bridge too far. This short empty corridor has sort of arrow slits that go north and south from it so that it can lead out. But there's like a doorway into a bigger complex, I guess. So you cross the bridge. There's not just you're straight into the room. There's like a little antechamber that's only about 10 foot long, 5 foot wide, but with arrow slits that look out into some corridors that go either side of it.
Do we think we're in the base of the fortress now, or is there
You
more
definitely-
outhouses to go through?
You definitely think that you're in the fortress proper itself right
Right.
now. So this is even keyed on my map as fortress
Proper.
entrance. Okay. The ceilings here are a little more grandiose. So
Okay.
their arched ceilings about 12 foot high.
12 foot.
Is this a dwarven
Loads
fortress?
of
by any
space.
chance?
No, you don't see the same kind of stout dwarven. You know, there's a very much a dwarven stylings, which I assume is thick and stout and robust, whereas this is probably
Human
more
or-
human built.
Okay, cool.
Did you want to light a fire and have a short repast? A short rest, perhaps?
No, I think push on.
Okay,
Let's do it. 8 hours of aid.
let's go.
I'm still somewhat concerned as to who's put the flags and banners up with the dragon on.
There will be more than just a dragon eye. I'm assuming.
Unless we've just passed the people that did that.
Doesn't sound like they were on the dragon's side,
I know, but anyway,
stealing its treasure
let's
and
see.
all.
Let's see.
Maybe the dragon put him up.
Maybe he's very
He's claimed this place as his own.
Yeah.
He's just like, yay.
just changed the decor
Yeah.
slightly.
You walk across this small little entranceway to the door. At that point, as you can see a scratching. It looks old, kind of a mark, I guess. Does anyone here read Orc or speak Orc?
New.
No.
No, you can recognize it as Orc writing, so it's definitely like it has the same kind of writing as Orc. And what you also notice is that that there's a bit of a shield motif with a black tower, I guess, on the door that's been scratched out by this Orc kind of writing. You open the door into an audience chamber of an old kind of large castle. Inside here, what you can see where shields, weapons, tapestries once would have festooned the walls, but they seem to have been torn down and destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a dozen humanoid skeletons in rusty armor lied scattered amongst the debris, and painted on the floor is a 10-foot diameter shield-shaped crest that features a black tower being struck by a golden bolt of lightning. You kind of stand in this kind of thing, and you can smell, even though it sounds like the ages of, well, not ages, but some time has passed, the stale scent of orc. Like, you know, orcs would have a particular scent to them.
We recall it from that other tower that
Yeah.
had lightning dude in it, right?
The orc scat would be in here. I don't know. Yeah, you know, a possum's got like a very sharp kind of scent, but you can smell that kind of like as if orcs were once here, and you kind of piece together, I guess, for everybody at home who hasn't pieced this together. This is where, remember, the orcs, how this all started. The orcs came out of this particular
That's
castle
right.
because
Yep.
the dragon chased them out.
Dispossessed them, yep.
So this is where everyone sort of has come out from there. So you can see the fact that orcs have inhabited this room.
Can we have a comprehensive look around here?
Yeah, just make an active perception check for me, please.
Okay, 16
Mm-hmm.
for Nikron.
No.
Just no.
No.
And 15 for Moradius.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't expect to get the highest there. There we go.
Nicron and Maradius, you're not caught unawares as from the piles of refuse rubbish, out of corpses, out of various hiding spots, you can see the red eyes of giant rats approaching you. They look hungry. They look gaunt. They look like their ribs. Their ribs
Here we go.
are showing, and they look exceptionally eager to maybe get some food into their bellies as they begin to roll initiative for this first round of combat.
Oh, nuts.
Nope.
Here we go. We're going to get softened up by rats, first of all. This is the thing.
Is it a swarm or
rats?
individual giant
Individual
rats?
giant wats. Maradius, what is your roll?
15.
Nicron?
13 for Nigrin.
Is that because you're disadvantaged?
Oh. Yes, it will be, because that was higher.
All right. Maradius, you see first as the rats kind of move forward. One of them knocks over a piece of armor, alluding you to their presence, and you catch the glimpse of it as this combat starts. You get to have your action first.
How many rats can he see?
3.
3.
Are they close together?
They're scattered around this quite large room. So the room by itself is 30 foot by 30 foot or thereabouts.
He's going to move to the first rat and try and hit it with its sword.
Mm-hmm.
With its sword.
With his sword.
It takes. Why are you hitting yourself?
The rat has a sword?
Skaven.
There are 4 turtles around it. One's with nunchucks, scythe.
Oh, thank you. That's genius.
16 to hit.
A 16 hits.
7 points of damage. Sorry, hold on. Oh, that's better. I keep forgetting I can roll my damage on the first hit twice because of my ability. So that's more like a 13 points of damage.
As you cleave through its head, taking off both its head and one of its 4 legs, the rat twitches to the floor as blood warmth steams out of it.
Does he have enough movement to move to the second rat?
Uh-huh.
And then he'll hit that one too. 17 to hit
Definitely hits.
for 13 points of damage.
Again, you strike straight downwards with your sword, splicing this through its spine, cutting its spinal cord, and watching the rat look at you with sadness in its eyes, just saying, "I'm just hungry."
Don't take them for granted. Kill them. Kill them quickly. These things are verminous.
Nicron,
Okay, so will a 16 hit it?
definitely.
Okay. As a firebolt comes streaming out of my hands for 13 points of damage.
Yeah, it curls up in a fiery mess as its hair catches on fire. The smell of burnt rat kind of hits you as the warmth of your flame is like home. It's like a warm bath on a winter's day.
Flunt, you were caught unawares. You were right.
Say what now?
And there are no more combatants in the room.
Just check the room, hey.
That's what we did. That's how we did that.
That's what triggered the... Do we see anything else
Yeah.
while we were triggered?
You also see...
Brett was triggered.
You okay? You doing okay?
Nope.
You've got rat goo on your sword.
Yes, that's the best place for rat goo to be, on my sword.
Maradius, you especially walking around when you're looking at the stone and you see an incongruence within the stone, maybe outlining the idea of a door or a portal or some kind of egress through here.
There's an entrance here. Can you see it?
Yeah, there is an actual door in this room as well.
It's right there. It's right
Yeah.
there.
No, on the floor here.
On the
There's
floor?
Yes.
No, in the wall, in one of the walls.
Oh.
This floorboard.
There's nothing on the floor.
Nicron,
Sorry, I was standing. I was lying down.
Nicron looks at it, and he, as you point out, like here, here, and here, and you kind of look at the wall right next to you, and you go, "Oh, there's one here as well."
Mm.
How many are there in total?
2 secret doors and
A room of
one
secrets.
door other than the one you came in. There is also a fireplace in here if you are
Quick, load it up. There'll be
interested,
stogies in the chimney.
interested
Let's
in
burn some rats.
in making a fire in the middle of a dragon fortress.
Radius is going to check the first door that he saw for traps.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
18 to perception it.
Yep, you perceive no traps.
And can you figure out how to open it?
Yeah, opening it, yes, very much
And
so.
he does.
Okay. You open the door.
Sorry, should I have done this?
No, go for it. I don't know what the problem is with opening doors.
It reveals like an empty hallway that's hidden behind this secret door, and it seems to have like arrow slits that are along the outer walls that were designed for defense of this fortress, like looking over the surrounding area. So you can see that this is an outer little.
Bulwark.
Yeah, it's inside, but it's like a defense mechanism. So
Right, more a cowwark.
yeah, and even from looking, this is where those arrow slits in that entryway kind of pointed into here.
Yeah.
So just in case people broke through the walls, they would come into this area and you could shoot from those arrow slits. But this has external arrow slits moving out into the mountainous.
Can we see the
countryside.
people? Oh, so we can't see the people in the other room.
No, but you can see across to the gatehouse though.
And we're going to check
Like
the
the
other
horses
door,
are-
assuming it's the same, opening it up.
You open the other door. This door opens into a 3-foot wide staircase, which descends about 10 foot downwards into the
Oh,
darkness.
Not the same.
Oh,
I should have checked that door for traps.
I don't think
Oops.
we want to go down, do we?
No, I think we want to go up.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah, it seems to go further into the mountain.
Yes,
if
I'm
you
not.
will,
I'm not
into
okay with
darkness.
that.
It's,
I'm
and it's
really
only
not.
3 foot wide. It's quite cramped
Yeah, no,
here.
thank you.
You also see the back end of another door across the way from it. So, like, imagine you walk in here, the staircase goes down immediately to your left, but from your entrance with the secret door, you can see another door shape that was built into a wall, like the back side of a secret door on the other side as well. It's less concealed, I guess, from this side because it's, yeah.
I'd like to check that door. We don't need to go down. We're going to check that door.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And he does.
You step into a grim chamber bearing witness to a somber tableau of desperation and death, its history written in the scattered bones and remnants that litter the room. This place is a place where the weight of history presses down upon you, and the story it tells is one of tragedy. At the room's center stands a robust oak table, its once polished surface now marred with gouges and scars. It was here that maybe a warlord of old and her trusted officers, maybe if you knew the story, it would make more sense when I say that, once strategized for battles yet to come, but strewn across the table are tiny carved wooden figurines, their tiny hands frozen in poses of military planning, their faces forever etched with resolve, as the future of battles is always unknown. However, the true narrative of this chamber unfolds around the room's periphery, where the evidence of a harrowing event remains. 3 humanoid skeletons clad in rusted suits of chainmail lie in disarray on the cold stone floor. Behind each lifeless form rests a rusty longsword, a grim testament to the deadly confrontation that unfolded here. A 4th skeleton, more imposing in its decayed armor, reclines in a chair before a smouldering remains of a once grand fireplace. I shouldn't have said smouldering remains, a burnt out remains of a once grand fireplace. Its plate armor, though tarnished with time, still retains a glimmer of its former grandeur. Slumped in the chair, this figure's posture suggests a final morose contemplation. A steel goblet, abandoned and tarnished, lies on the floor between the legs of the chair, serving as a haunted relic of the warlord's maybe final act. The room is permeated with an aura of melancholy, a chilling reminder of grim choices that were made within these walls. And as you study the torn-up remains of old maps scattered amidst the skeletal remains, you can't help but feel a sense of reverence for the lives that once played out here, a poignant reminder of the relentless march of time and the toll it takes on even the mightiest of rulers.
Nothing of interest here. It certainly tells of a grim tale in here. There's some fine armor on some of these people. Must have been the nobles that owned this keep formatively.
Do
Hmm.
you need any of that armor, my friend?
Or we could check the armor, but I wonder whether we should say some words and make sure these bodies are
man.
passed on.
I can Grundenar it up, as he likes us to say.
Grind it up.
Grundenar, please bless these fallen people that could have been friends if I only had gotten to know them. Please don't let them raise to be undead and slightly murder us as we try and pilfer some of their belongings to slay a mighty dragon that is killing other people that could be friends if we can get to know them. I know peace is your utmost, and we will try and talk to this dragon first. Love you. Amen. Kiss.
So good.
What I imagine, I guess, in our speak is, in the Goonies when they go into One-Eyed Willie's ship and there's like the bones of the pirate with the treasure. It's got that kind of feel to it, but somebody's come through here and picked out quite a bit. Like even as you're looking, just if you can make a active perception checks for me.
13.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Mm-hmm. And for you, Flunt.
8.
Oh.
Okay.
You have just said 13.
You start looking around, piecing something together here, but it looks like it wasn't actually a battle that probably ended to this. Like you pick up that glass and you can see, it's that moment of the Princess Bride that Luke's never seen, where you pick it up and you're like, iocane powder. I bet my life on it. And it looks like instead of an actual wound, that maybe it was poison that actually did these people in, and you can see, that the scratching sort of on the wall,
Locked in here and poisoned.
Yeah, well, not locked in here, but something happened. Something definitely happened in here, and you look around, and what you don't see is plates or cups or any of that kind of stuff. It may be an indication to you that it was they starved to death rather than actually meeting a fate befitting them. The one thing you do notice, though, is that the female warlord figure that is sitting in the chair in the plate armor is resting like there was something in their lap, like they have no weapon. If that makes sense. It looks like
something was left behind.
Looks like their arms have been moved, like somebody's come in here and maybe taken a treasure from that particular person. Everyone else has a rusty longsword. This person has nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And with the fineness of their armor, maybe there should have been something there.
Is her armor functional?
It definitely is. So it's definitely in somewhat of a working order, although it doesn't, I guess you would have to get it readjusted because it is designed to fit a lady parts.
He's a rock. He's got boulders.
Anything else of interest in the room other than the armor?
No.
Let us proceed.
No, but there is certainly a way out from here that is not the secret door that you came in from.
Should we check this door? Or do you want to go back to...
I just keep checking.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Let's do it.
Check the door.
Well, before you check the door, I think now's probably a good time just to rest for a little while.
Oh, it's behind the door.
For ourselves. And just maybe take a break in the proceedings of the Fumble Through podcast, because big things are afoot, boys. Big things.
Big foots are a
And
thing.
Have we got time to light a little fire?
I don't want to rush them. In this room, with us here, you probably break the recording equipment, but sure, the Fumble Factory is built for fire.
In those pants, like you're hot enough.
I was going to say with Brett,
I'm not wearing any pants.
with the amount of hair Brett has, he just needs to rub his thighs together.
The size of my thighs, that's not hard.
So yes, we're gonna pause it here because we're on the march to the end, and there is part of me that doesn't want to rush parts of this because I want to give it the grandioseness.
Nice.
That it
You're
needs.
just worried we're going to kill the dragon in one go, right?
Yep. either that or we'll come back and then you'll face the dragon. It'll be an episode that goes for 15 minutes. I'll be like, and we're done.
And then there's 4 people we have to fight past.
And we're done.
That's cool. I'm okay with that. I didn't like her.
And now the dragon's brother's here. And it's brother's friend.
All right.
Did I say one white dragon?